welcome to Red Boots and Heels.
I'm Boots.
And I'm Heels. Why don't we talk about Mark Middleton?
Once again,
Yeah.
another suspicious
Oh my gosh.
suicide attached
absolutely.
to the Clintons.
You know, and I was reading his story, and I was actually looking into that a little bit. And, you know, here's a man, again, okay, under suspicious circumstances. The wife saying that he was depressed, at the moment.
I'm sure he was. His name was all over the flight logs. He was probably very
17
depressed.
times, okay, so 17
Yeah.
times. He is a former aide to Clinton, not like a lot of other ones, that got shot in the back of the head, and it was also ruled a suicide. I'm not saying it wasn't, because he picked a really nice spot, but the strange part to me was that he used an extension cord around his neck, and then he also used a 12-gauge shotgun, of all things, to shoot himself in the chest. So,
Very hard to do.
that's hard to do.
That's hard to do.
I would think it's hard to do. I don't know. I've never shot myself in the chest with a 12-gauge shotgun.
Vince Foster shot himself in the back of the
Yeah.
head. So
there you
apparently
go.
it can be done.
But again, it brings up the whole, where's the list?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if he's on the flight log, 17 times, he's, obviously involved in some way with the whole Epstein thing. And we've asked, and everybody else on the planet is wanting to know. Well, some people don't want to know. Okay, who's on that list, and what happened?
Well, how do you get a conviction for Maxwell,
Yeah.
who's sitting in prison, if you don't have perpetrators, if you don't have anyone committing the crimes, then how do you have her in prison?
I don't understand that. I've never understood that. And I also don't understand how that you can allow these perpetrators, okay, that obviously were having, some bad, involvement with minors, okay, still be free. I mean, there's been no court case. There's been no sentencing to prison. There's been no list to provide the public with who they are so that we can protect ourselves against, possible mayhem. I mean, isn't that why we have laws, to prevent pedophiles and criminals from walking the street?
Well,
I mean, seriously.
They're not concerned about your health or well-being or the well-being of your offspring. That's not what it's all about.
Well, we're sorry for the family. We know that a loss is a loss, but also it raises the questions of, what was his involvement, and, how this another death has resulted.
Did secrets die with him?
And that's maybe
That's what
the
I'm
truth.
wondering. Did secrets die with him? Probably so.
Big question, probably so, and we're never going to find out.
Nope,
but anyway,
we're not.
So, our last podcast, we talked about, of course, the train derailment, and certainly got a lot of feedback from you out there. So thank you for commenting on that, good and bad. But, we have to bring this up because here Trump is, he's there delivering water bottles, and here Biden is over in Ukraine, I guess, trying to figure out how those M1 tanks are going to be delivered.
Giving more of our money
to
people over there. And actually, he's talking about wanting to fund their pensions also.
Yeah.
So, doesn't give a crap about your pension.
Yeah.
You can lose your pension funding their pension. How about that?
Yeah, you can lose your job, just like he did with, all of our resources over here. You can lose your job.
Lose your job.
Pipelines shut down, all of these things. Right. Yeah. So it's okay that you lose your job, lose your pension, lose your life, literally, your livelihood. And he's over there in support of someone else's border, yet not in support of our own border. So I'm just saying, we're going to say it like it is, like it or not, like it or lump it.
State.
Yeah. This is true. So, go ahead.
What happened to America first?
Well, it's America last. And this administration is definitely America last.
It's America last.
It really is. I mean, let's face it, that's what it is. You are supplying the money, supplying the funds, supplying the ability to kill the Russians, let's be honest, okay?
Well, I mean, we've already blown up their pipelines. So
exactly.
I mean, Is this World War III and they're just not saying it's World War III?
Why do they think that Putin wouldn't kind of retaliate about this? I mean, we're helping. We're not over there boots on the ground fighting the war, but if we're the ones that's funding it, we're the ones that's providing the artillery, we're the ones that's, doing all of these things to be able to help them get the job done. Anything that we do is we are helping to kill Russians. Mm-hmm. How do they think that Putin's not going to retaliate against us at some point? I mean, literally, we are in this world. We are in the war, people. We're in the war.
Well, I mean,
we can deny it
in
but we are.
2014 whenever we trained the Ukrainian National Guard and funded them for the Maidan Revolution. So, I mean, actually it started back then with Obama and Biden. They knew this was a long-term plan for them. They know what they're doing. This was a long-term plan to irritate and anger and threaten Putin to make him act. And they got their wish. They did it. They achieved their goal.
Yeah. You have your president speaking to the Democrats out there, off in another country in support of that, while you have our, 45 over delivering water bottles and things that are safe to eat and drink to the Palestinian people.
Right.
I mean, come on. I mean, and I keep getting all this regulations. He did this, he did that. Do you guys not realize that in these bills, there's so much more in them? Here's what the Democrats are famous for. They pass a bill, they pass these bills, and there'll be something good in there. Sure, there'll be something good, but it is riddled with all kinds of other things, and it's all or nothing. I mean, literally, they don't give you any time to debate it or talk about it or try to dissect it and then, look at what would be good for the country. No, they are constantly hiding all these detrimental things in these bills. So anything that President Trump would not do was normally because, unlike a lot of people, reads the 4,000 plus pages and determines that there's too much bad in there to basically say okay to the good that's in there.
Well,
that's the truth.
But also, in the last few days, those claims have been debunked, and it's been proven that the problems with this derailment had absolutely nothing to do with what was in that bill, that transportation bill, which you might add, a lot of key Democrats and some Republicans are big in the rail system and are apparently going to claim some really, really nice insurance payouts on this.
If you're going to lose, you're not going to do it. You're not going to be in the deal. That's the way it is. And what about the bill? Speaking about bills and stuff, what about the bill that Williams and also Swalwell, stand behind in support of making it to where Trump is not allowed into the capital of the USA? Him along with Giuliani and a whole lot of other. They've got a list there that try to forbid them from ever going to the Capitol. I'd like to see that happen. If he wins this presidency, I don't see how that could even stand up, but I think it's kind of funny.
And here we go. We've had nothing but for years and years and years. They don't worry about the problems of Americans.
Yeah.
All they do is fight Trump. It's this weird obsession that they have with Donald Trump.
TDS.
I mean, it's Trump phobic.
Yeah.
They're Trump phobic.
They really are. And what about the luggage stealer? I mean, wasn't he just let out on bail? Like, I don't even know. It wasn't very much money. Yeah. And he was out and he was actually seen in a photograph wearing the clothes that he stole.
From the designer. And this woman is like, that's my garment that I made. I created that. That is my creation. This is my handiwork. And this guy is wearing it.
I mean,
he has no shame. You would think, okay, I've been busted twice for theft. For felony theft of someone else's property.
Right.
And still has the gall.
Oh my gosh.
Has the gall to wear it in public. Are you kidding me? It's insanity.
And get photographed with it on. And the second luggage theft that he did, had about $1,500, I believe, in jewelry that he also he probably wore that too, just probably didn't catch that on camera. I mean, my gosh.
He was probably at the Grammys. And
did you see his mugshot?
I did.
Oh my gosh, you know what? What was missing in that mugshot that was just shocking of all shocks? That bright red lipstick. It just wasn't on there.
The bright red lipstick was missing, and I'm kind of thinking...
I'm trying to find out the shade.
You could have Booty Jag, you could have Booty Boy with his hard hat on. I was wondering if he was channeling the Village People.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Anyway, that's just kind of a, this is all Biden's picks, so it's kind of like, whoa.
It's like
it's crazy.
It is. It's like the world's largest clown car. They just keep coming out the doorway.
They do.
They just keep rolling on.
My
you keep
gosh.
Thinking, aren't they done yet? And then there's another one. There's another one. And there's another one.
Yeah, it is kind of, but it's more like the it clowns. It really is. Because they're scary. They're not really that funny.
No,
they're not funny. They're very, very scary because they really do exist. And, they are out for blood. There's just no question about it. And then one of the other things too is, McCarthy making good on the promise of delivering the, I don't know how many thousands of hours of footage of the January 6th that up till now, public, you've never been able to see.
Would not allow anyone to see.
Yeah, and they're for good reason. Because even what I saw in court when I went to support Richard Barnett in court, I saw footage that I had never seen before also. And that was also in support of him, which obviously did no good, but still, because they're saying that it is a breach of security for the Capitol because it lets people know where the cameras are. Were they worried about the cameras, that support their side or that at least seemingly supports their side? No, they were not. But now that's the big thing is
they're
a breach.
Only worried about the cameras when the cameras can show you the truth. That's when they're worried about the cameras. That's when they're worried about the footage.
Right.
When they want to hide the truth from you to perpetuate the lie that they keep telling, then they're worried about the cameras and the footage. Because I will tell you, people who were in D.C. that day to hear the president speak that were not in the Capitol building, that were just there to support America, support the flag, support our freedom, the patriots of America, saw none of this going on.
Tell us what you think. We'd love to hear your side of it, and we do. And comment and subscribe and let us know that you want us to stay right where we're at and keep having these conversations with you. And for now, I'm just going to say again, God bless you and God bless America. Bye-bye.